You close the door, you lock it, you walk away, and you're thinking your best friend is probably just curled up, dreaming about your return. You think you know them, right? Well, the second that door clicks shut, that whole good boy mask, it falls right off. So what really happens when you're not at home? Okay, let's get into it. So, meet Ted. To his family, he's basically the perfect pet. He's soft, he's cuddly, he's adorable, he gets his food, a few pats on the head, and then he just watches them leave for the day. He waits patiently by the door. Or does he? Yeah, because as soon as he's alone, that angelic act is completely over. See, Ted has a whole other life his owners know absolutely nothing about. A secret routine he's been hiding from them this entire time. Now, you might think a dog's first move is to, find a comfy spot for a nap, but nope, that's not it at all. The very first instinct is to take command, to secure the territory. The house is now their kingdom. With the whole house to himself, a world of adventure just opens up, but there's always one obstacle standing in his way: closed doors. So how does he turn a quiet home into his own personal playground? Well, it all starts with a simple act of genius. No locked room is safe for a clever explorer. It's this two-step process they master surprisingly fast. A little leap, a bit of pressure, and a twist of the handle. Honestly, it's a pretty elegant and effective breakout strategy. And just like that, he's free. This isn't just some party trick. For a dog like Ted, this is a specialized skill. He's not just opening a door, he's literally unlocking the next level of his adventure.
So, once all the doors are open, the mission begins. And the first stops? The places with the most interesting smells. Messy bedrooms, kitchen cupboards. These aren't just rooms, they're treasure troves of information and, if he's really lucky, forgotten snacks. Okay, this is where our whole understanding just has to shift. A dog experiences our familiar world in a way that is totally alien to us. Their reality is built on senses so powerful they're practically superpowers.
Let's start with smell. Forget sight. A dog literally navigates the world with its nose. With millions of scent glands, their nose is less about just smelling and more about creating this incredible 3D map of the world. They can smell who's been here, where they've gone, and even what they were feeling.
And this is the perfect example of how that works. That super sniffer can detect things we would never ever find. That single crumb from last night's dinner lost deep under the sofa? To Ted, it's like a flashing neon sign. Crunchy!
All right, now for hearing. What do you think this number represents? Get ready for this. This is the distance from which a dog can hear things clearly. 1.6 kilometers. That's about a mile. Just think about that for a second. Their hearing isn't just for listening to you call their name. It's a long-range radar, a super sophisticated early warning system. They know the mailman is coming from blocks away. And they absolutely know you're on your way home long before your key is even in the door. And that incredible hearing? It leads directly to their next big priority. See, the house isn't just a place for food and sleep. The moment you leave, it becomes a territory, and it has to be defended at all costs.
And in their world, this territory has a name: the patch. It's their home base, their safe zone, and it's their responsibility to protect it. Any unknown sound or movement is a potential threat to the patch.
And they have a very clear, unspoken language to deal with intruders. It's a whole sequence of signals. First, the ears perk up, locking right onto the sound. Then, the tail goes rigid and high. That's a clear sign of alert status. Finally, the eyes narrow, focusing on the threat. This is the universal dog signal for stay away. But what's really driving all of this, the exploring, the super senses, the defending, it all comes from something way deeper. No matter how domesticated they might seem, every single dog has an inner wolf, a collection of primal instincts that shapes their secret daily routine.
Sometimes, these instincts are surprisingly practical. Take their washing routine, for example. It's not about smelling good for you. It's just a quick, efficient slurp to get any leftover food out of their mouth and dirt off their paws. And that's pretty much it. They actually prefer their own smell.
So, what about that shredded shoe? To us, it's just destruction, but to them, it's a crucial workout. Chewing isn't actually bad behavior, it's a deep-seated biological need. Their wild ancestors needed incredibly strong teeth and jaws to hunt and survive. So this isn't naughtiness, it's your dog doing essential maintenance on its most important tools. And this might be the most fascinating instinct of all. Ever wonder why they go absolutely bonkers for squeaky toys?
Well, the truth is a little dark. That high-pitched squeak is designed to mimic the sound of scared or injured prey. So playtime isn't just fun, it's literally hunting practice. It's their way of keeping those ancient predatory skills razor sharp, just in case they need to protect their patch.
So, now that we've had a peek inside Ted's secret world, it's time to turn the camera on your house. How much of that inner wolf is alive and well in your dog? Let's find out with a quick quiz.
First question. Think about those squeaky toys we just talked about. When your dog gets one, do they A, kind of push it away, B, whine at the noise, or C, grip it with their teeth and refuse to let go? Okay, next up, a sudden noise outside. What's your dog's reaction? Is it A, a quick growl before settling back down, B, a mad dash to hide behind the sofa, or C, just barking like crazy at the window? Ah, the classic shoe test. If you leave a pair out, does your dog A, gently carry them to your room, B, just sniff them and curl up nearby, or C, chew, bite, and gnaw them to absolute shreds?
And finally, when you're at the park and you unclip that leash, what happens? Do they A, calmly sniff the ground, B, stay super close to you for safety, or C, just race off into the distance completely overjoyed to be running free? Okay, tallied up your answers? If you got mostly A's, your dog is pretty chilled out. Mostly B's? Your dog definitely likes the quiet life. But if you answered mostly C's, congratulations, you officially have the wildest dog in town. If that's you, comment wild below and tell us the weirdest thing they've ever chewed while you were gone. You might never look at them the same way again.